JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, 21-year-old gunned down in St. James. The police have launched a probe into an early morning gun attack which claimed the life of a man in Montpelier, St. James on Wednesday. That is 21-year-old Brandon Doman. According to investigators, residents alerted them about 2 a.m. after hearing what appeared to be loud gunshots coming from a section of the community. Doman's bullet-riddled body was later found by the police. He was assisted to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Woman shot dead at Old Village. The police are yet to determine a motive for Tuesday's shooting death of a fish vendor at the Old Harbour Fishing Village in St. Catherine. The vendor has been identified as 52-year-old Patsy Coleman of Rasta Corner in Sandy Bay, Clarendon. Coleman was allegedly shot by a lone gunman who fled the area shortly after. Reports are that Coleman, after using a bathroom at the facility, was pounced upon by the gunman and shot multiple times in the upper body sometime after 1 p.m. She was later pronounced dead. While fleeing the area, men reportedly chased the gunman along the fishing beach, but the culprit fired wildly to stave off any attempts from being captured. He then made good his escape. Investigations are ongoing. Suspects held in cops shooting. Swift investigations by the police have led to the detention of 2 suspects in connection with the shooting of a policeman on Tuesday night. Senior Superintendent Christopher Phillips, the commanding officer for the St. Catherine South Division, said that the suspects, both males, were picked up on Wednesday. SSP Phillips revealed that one of the suspects was picked up in Christian Gardens and the other was picked up in Spanish Town, both in St. Catherine. They are being interrogated. The policeman, who is stationed in the St. Catherine South Division, was on his way to work when he was attacked and shot by gunmen traveling on motorcycles. His farm and motorbike were also stolen. Reports indicate that a passerby found the injured lawman in bushes on Municipal Boulevard, formerly 195 in St. Catherine, the following morning. He was taken to hospital where he's been treated. Cops say intergang feud led to Coronation Market double murder. Police probing the murder of 2 men in the Coronation Market, downtown Kingston 2 Saturdays ago, said internal gang feud is behind the killings. 1 man is in custody in connection with the murders. The police say they have identified and are searching for other suspects. The deceased were identified as 50-year-old Carlton Armstrong, a shopkeeper of Bond Street, Kingston 14, and 21-year-old Orlando Turner Freeman Hall in Albertown, Trelawney, head of the Kingston Western Police Division. Senior Superintendent Michael Phipps said investigations have uncovered that the men were killed because of a dispute between gangsters. There's a brawling gang within the Pink Lane area, and there's a breakaway in that gang. So it is as a result of that intergang feud, SSP Phipps said. He said detectives from the Kingston Western and Major Investigation Divisions are continuing investigations. Police had reported that about 12:30 a.m. on February 5, both men were inside a business establishment in the market when they were pounced upon by a group of men armed with rifles and handguns. The men then opened fire at Armstrong and Turner, hitting them in the upper body before escaping. The injured men were taken to the hospital where they were pronounced dead. Witness identifies voice in other recordings in One Down Gang trial. The ongoing trial of the 33 alleged members of the One Down Gang, which would have Wednesday morning heard the first set of recordings of purported conversations between alleged gang members of the gang, was prematurely adjourned for discussions to be held in chambers. Trial Judge Chief Justice Brian Sykes made the decision following certain indications by witness number 1, who was recalled by the prosecution this morning. Witness number 1, a former gang member turned Crown witness, who appeared via live video link, was being led through the first few seconds of one of the audio files when he indicated difficulties hearing. "I know that person is Citypus," the witness said before proceeding to make certain indications to the judge. Members of the media have, however, been cautioned against publicizing the witness's statements by the trial judge. Based on that indication, however, the court rose for 15 minutes of discussions between prosecutors and the defense. On resuming, the Chief Justice indicated that the trial would be adjourned and retreated to his chambers for a case management conference. Witness number 1 had testified that he turned over to the police 3 phones, 2 of which were given to him by the cops, with recordings of conversations between himself and members of the gang, including alleged leader Andre Blackman Bryan. The witness, who said he started working with the police undercover in 2018 while Bryan was incarcerated to help dismantle the gang, said the 3rd handset was given to him by a member of the gang on Bryan's orders. He said he downloaded a call recording app to automatically tape multiple cell phone conversations which were also saved. He forwarded the recordings to cops when the memory became full. Family of former Haitian senator seeks asylum in Jamaica. 3 relatives of former Haitian opposition Senator John Joel Joseph, who were arrested along with the politician in Jamaica last month, have applied for asylum in the island to avoid returning to Haiti, where they fear they would be killed. In the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court on Tuesday, Attorney at Law Donahue Martin successfully argued for the case involving Joseph and his 3 family members to be adjourned pending an application to the Passport, Immigration and the Citizenship Agency PICA for refugee status. Senior Parish Judge Lauren Cole Montague concluded that Joseph's wife, 38-year-old Edum, and 2 sons, 18-year-old Schopenhauer and a 9-year-old, who were charged with illegal entry, are to return to court on March 3. Joseph allegedly fled Haiti after he was linked to the assassination of President Jovenel Moïse last year, July. Martin, in an interview, said there is reasonable cause for Mrs. Joseph to believe that if she and her sons should return to Haiti, they would be harmed. She genuinely takes the view that she would be persecuted if she were to return to Haiti. Because of the political and socio-economic instability in Haiti, we felt it prudent to apply for refugee status in Jamaica, Martin confirmed, adding that due to the allegations being brought against Joseph by the Haitian authorities, he is not eligible to apply for asylum in Jamaica. Formally, the matter was adjourned to facilitate an application that I made to the Ministry of National Security through a Passport and Immigration Agency. So, I made an application to PICA for them to be granted refugee status. Refugee status allows them to be protected as somebody that is fleeing their country of origin because of well-founded circumstances of them taking the view that they'll be persecuted if it is that they return to their country, he continued. The family was held by police on January 14 during an operation in Warminster District, St. Elizabeth. Joseph was observed at court comforting his wife, who appeared to be extremely agitated, as she was seen using an asthma pump on several occasions. "I don't sleep. My wife doesn't sleep. My wife is sick. I would like to see the process finish for my family," Joseph said as he addressed the judge for the first time without an interpreter. Joseph arrived in the island legally by boat in December along with his family members, and he's one of 3 key suspects who are being hunted in relation to the July 2021 assassination of former Haitian President Jovenel Moïse. Inflation spikes to new high. Inflation returned to a new high in January, hitting 9.7% as food prices climbed, and floating further away from the target range set by the central bank. With this outcome, it's likely that the Bank of Jamaica's Monetary Policy Committee will decide to raise interest rates again for a 4th time at its next deliberations, which are due to be published on Friday, February 18. The annual inflation rate previously climbed as high as 8.5% in the latter part of last year, but fell back to 7.3% as of December. That, however, was still 1.3 percentage points above the top end of the 4 to 6% target range that the Bank of Jamaica is mandated to defend. It chose to do so by hiking interest rates, pushing the policy rate to 2.5% after 3 upward adjustments since last September. The International Monetary Fund expects Jamaica to continue growing within a 4% band this year, but has warned that inflation remains a risk to that forecast. Inflation is estimated as a change in the Consumer Price Index from one point to the next. The index maps the price changes in a discrete set of consumer products and services purchased by private households, referred to as the CPI basket or inflation basket. Statin reported on Wednesday that the main driver of consumer prices in the month of January, when inflation was estimated at 0.6%, was the rising cost of restaurant and other hospitality services, which increased by more than 8%. But the cost of other food and drink products barely moved, tempered by a 3.5% decline in prices for vegetables and other farm crops. The cost of electricity also declined during the month due to lower rates. For the annual period ending January, the 9.7% increase in consumer prices was driven by the cost of food and beverages, up 10%, transport, 14%, and utilities and gas, up 11%. The prices of food and non-alcoholic beverages have the most influence on the inflation rate. Jamaica reports 61 new COVID cases, 5 deaths. Jamaica reported 61 new cases of COVID-19 and 5 fatalities on Tuesday, according to the latest statistics from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. This pushed the total number of cases of the virus since the start of the pandemic to 127,294 and the death toll to 2,755. Of the newly reported cases, there were 33 females and 28 males, with ages ranging from 1 year to 90 years. The cases were recorded in St. Catherine 18, Westmoreland 9, Clarendon 7, Kingston and St. Andrew 6, St. James 6, St. Elizabeth 4, St. Mary 4, Manchester 2, St. Anne 2, Hanover 1, Portland 1 and Trelawney 1. Meanwhile, the latest victims are from St. Elizabeth, including 3 men, ages 66, 70 and 85, and 2 women ages 70 and 81. The deaths were recorded in January and February 2022. 6 more deaths were reported under investigation. The country also recorded 184 new recoveries, bringing the total number of recoveries to 73,872. The positivity rate for the latest round of testing was 12.7%. There are 296 people hospitalized, 9 of them critically ill. There are 1,715 confirmed active cases on the island. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.